Hey y'all, this is Garrett Laidler, and I wanted to make this next video for you in our Pinterest series on how to make money with Pinterest and inevitably drive a lot of traffic to your offer and or website to sell whatever you're selling. Okay. Now, as usual, please make sure to watch this video in its entirety because we are giving away a free gift, and it's going to be worth a lot of quality to you for free. All right, so let's get started. If you haven't watched the previous Pinterest modules, if you don't know anything about Pinterest, I suggest you start there. If you are an advanced operator of Pinterest and just want a few more tips and tricks, keep watching. Okay, so to recap a little bit, Pinterest obviously is a large storefront, not even a storefront, it's just a hub of a lot of pictures and videos that Pinterest calls pins. Inevitably, that are redirected to a website or offer, and we want to capitalize on that. Okay, now I'm going to really focus in this module more on how to optimize a board and with keywords and optimization for you getting traffic. Okay, so that's really what we're going to focus on today. Now, I created a board in here for this video, and we're driving it derivative to travel destinations. Okay, now when you're doing a board like this, okay, and it's going to say, when you say add board, we'll start there, create board, it's going to tell you to have a name and a description. Now, we covered this a little bit beforehand, but I really want to make sure that you are optimizing the boards for optimal traffic from Pinterest, and inevitably, hopefully, based on the competition on the keyword Google. Okay, and what I mean by that is Google's going to scrape these boards. They do it every so often. I mean, there's not a complete set time that anyone really knows when Google's going to scrape Pinterest, but it's usually every few days because it is a high traffic website. Okay, so we really want to make sure that Google's scraping our boards and the keywords in there to help us later down the road potentially get optimization for it and get put on Google based on the keywords that we're choosing. Okay, now I went over in another module, but we'll cover it real quick. To get this name, you really want to pick obviously a name that has, you want to use everything that you can that's derivative of that niche. And what I mean by that is you want to set up several boards around the same niche. Now, you might have several products, but let's say, for example, we're using the travel niche. If you're trying to get people to your offer, or travel, if you're trying to sell, maybe you're a travel consultant, you're trying to sell people travel destination packages. Okay, you're going to want to name several different boards, several different names around the travel niche. So, for example, a name could be travel, it could be travel destinations, free, travel advice, travel destinations, cheap travel destinations. Okay, you're going to want to name several different boards those. And I'll show you real quick. We went over this, like I said, in a previous module, but we're going to go over it real quick. Now, I've already done this. Okay, now to get to this page, you're going to want to go to, type in your browser keyword planner. Okay, it's going to redirect you to Google. If it's, there we go. And then you're going to want to click on this, Google AdWords Keyword Planner. Okay, and then on the top left over here, if it stopped taking its sweet time, you're going to click on Search for New Keyword and Ad Group. Now, I would add every keyword that we could think of that we would search for or that correlates to travel. So, travel destinations, travel, I spelled that wrong, but it'll pick it up, travel, cheap travel. Okay, and then we're just going to go to the bottom and click Get Ideas right here. All right, now I already did that for you, so here it is. And then you're going to click on this tab, Keyword Ideas. Okay, and this is going to break down a keyword search result by monthly search volume that people are searching for in Google. And as you'll see, travel gets being searched 450,000 times. Cheap travel is 9,900. And then right here, it's going to give the competition. So it's going to tell us how hard it's going to be to compete for that keyword. Now, you really are going to have a lot of boards up and a lot of traffic going to your Pinterest account for Google to even populate you on a Google search result. It's inevitably our goal. It's not easy. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy to do. So we're really going to focus on more of the Pinterest traffic because there's a lot of traffic going to Pinterest. So what I would suggest doing is taking each of these keywords, and we have more down here as well, more down here, and just making several boards on each of these keywords, okay? And then just pumping those boards full of pins. Now make sure, obviously, that the pins that you're putting in those boards are relative to your niche, because you don't want to be putting up cooking ideas or dinner ideas and directing someone to, you know, a travel website. Now you can fluctuate and do a little bit of guerrilla marketing, and we'll go over that in a later module, but you want to stay within your niche, okay? So people don't flag the pin as spam or anything else, because Pinterest will shut down your account in a heartbeat. So now I would suggest taking a few of these keywords, like I said, making boards out of them, and I created a board for this example, travel destinations, okay, right here. Now when you're creating the board, click create board, and right here is where you're going to put all those different names of the boards you want, or those keywords that we want to be have these boards be named. Okay, so I mean, don't put all of them in here, just put one at a time and create a board around that. Now our description, you're going to want to make a quick description that has to do with the niche that you're in. So for example, we're in the Pinterest, we're in the travel niche right now, excuse me, and you want to write a board to the extent of what they're going to be clicking through to. So you want to give them an idea up front, so when they're clicking that, they know kind of what they are going to be looking for or seeing. So for example, in my description, I would put something like, you know, cheap travel destinations. We love to travel. Click here to look at beautiful places that we visited or you could visit for cheap. And then after that, I would put 3 or 4 hashtags. And the reason we're going to do hashtags is because inevitably we want these pins also to be redirected to our Google Plus page and Facebook page and Twitter page. Now, if you're using a software and having that software upload several pins at a time, I wouldn't suggest doing it to Facebook, just because your entire feed and everyone else's feeds that's friends with you is going to be full of those pins, and it's just going to look really, really spammy. So I wouldn't suggest doing Facebook if you're uploading a lot of pins, but if you're doing it by hand, it shouldn't be a problem, okay? So at the end, after you've typed out your description about, you know, them finding out how to get some cheap travel, I would just do hashtag travel destination. Make sure it's all together. Don't space this out. Okay, travel, just travel, and then cheap travel. Okay, and then obviously, what kind of board is it? We're gonna put travel, etc., etc. Fill all this out, and create board. Okay, now obviously I didn't put a title in there, so but we're gonna go back to our example. Okay, and the reason we do that, like I said, you want this pin to be spread out across as many networks as you can. And the reason being is because when you put your link in there, and I forgot to tell you that, on the bottom of that description box, put your wherever you want them to be redirected to. So your hyperlink. So if your website is travel.com, make sure you put http://www.travel.com. And the reason that is because when Google comes in and scrapes different websites, different networks, it's going to pick up that URL and it considers it as a backlink. It is a place where you are spreading your website across the internet for people to find it, and then Google inevitably says, okay, well, this must be pretty important because it's spread all over the place. Okay, and that way we can end up also having our Google Plus account pick up these pins and repin it to our Google Plus page. Now, only way that it's still beneficial if you don't have any followers, but you're going to want to go in and follow a few people. Hopefully they follow you back on your Google Plus page as well. Okay, so the way we're going to do that is we're going to go in here and go to account settings and go down here. It's usually at the bottom, right here, social networks. Okay, as you see, I shouldn't be connected to Facebook. That's not good. Deactivate that. But you're going to want to connect your Twitter account and your Google Plus account to your Pinterest account. And the reason you're going to do that is because every time you upload a pin, it's going to automatically repin it to your Google Plus page. Okay. Now, as I stated, please, I want to emphasize, if you're doing a software, I would not suggest connecting your Facebook account to your Pinterest account. And like I said, it's going to look really spammy. Okay. But definitely Twitter and Google Plus. Okay, now this basically covers putting keywords into your boards, making sure you're optimizing your Pinterest accounts for traffic. Okay, now if you haven't watched Module 3 in this Pinterest Making Money video series, make sure you do, because in video 3 we go over using a software to basically automate this entire process for you so you can alleviate a lot of time. I know this saves me at least 2 hours a day because I have several different accounts on Pinterest. Now when you get really good, we'll go over in a future module on how to get around not having your Pinterest accounts flagged from using the same computer. Okay, so make sure to be watching for that. Please make sure to subscribe and like this video. We love to continue to give you free quality information. And to talk about that free gift we did at the beginning, now we are giving away a one-on-one free consultation to expedite the growth of your business and making money online. Now we charge anywhere from $200 to $300 an hour depending on what the niche is and what avenue of marketing you're going to be using. But for you today, there's a link below. I want you to click on that link and follow all those steps so that we can get you optimized for several streams of income and your free consultation with us. Okay, so once you're verified, after clicking on that link, going through the system, okay, we're going to give you a call. Okay, if you want to follow through and follow all the steps in the website below, I definitely suggest you do so because you can start making money immediately, and then we're going to call you with our one-on-one consultation to expedite the entire process. Now, granted, Pinterest is only one form of marketing that we're using in our business currently. Okay, and we really want to help you and give back. So make sure you do so. Visit that link, fill out your information, follow all the steps. Once you're verified, we will call you. Okay. We love you guys. Hopefully you continue watching what we have, and you all have a great rest of your day. God bless. Bye-bye.